Hi, my name is Bronwyn. So firstly, congratulations on starting your postgraduate course and welcome to NUI Galway. I am a past student of the Masters in Healthcare Simulation and Patient Safety. So as a past student, I've been asked to give you some advice and some tips on completing this course. So I do have some advice and I do have some tips and things that worked for me as I went through this. So my first one is around time management and about being consistent in your work. So for me, getting the assignments done over the course of the 6 weeks that the modules last was definitely a process of erosion. It was not something that I could hack at in the last few nights and get done without, producing something that I wasn't happy with or being stressed out. So what I learned and what I used to do was each time I started a new module, I would go straight away and read what all the assignments were. I would then create a folder on my desktop for each one of the assignments with a Word document in it. And then as I worked through all of the material, I would jot down in that Word document, my thoughts of what I could do for that assignment. I would download specific papers that I thought would be really good references or that had content in them that I thought would be relevant to it. And then anytime something was, useful in a lecture, something that really gave me clarity on it or something that kind of sparked an idea in me, I would write down which lecture it was and where in the module it was. And why that helped me was when it did come to doing the assignments, I wasn't just faced with a blank page. It wasn't overwhelming. I had done a lot of work already and I knew exactly where the content that I thought would be helpful was. So it saved me going back through reams of material to try and find something. And it gave me a really good starting point and helped focus me throughout the module. My second tip is around communication. So with a distance learning course, you are at a distance from other people. And it's really important that you engage with your classmates and that you chat to people so that you don't feel out on your own as you're going through the course. The discussion boards are a really good way to do this. So don't get too hung up on them. Don't get too formal and worry about referencing things or providing loads of research information. It's about your thoughts on the topic. And it's about, seeing what other people's thoughts are on different topics from their perspectives. There are people from all over the world that take part in these courses because it's distance learning. So it's a really good opportunity for you to see how simulation works in different contexts, to really kind of widen your knowledge of simulation in different areas and to get some ideas for assignments too. So really try and do them early, try and engage with them and be thinking about them as you go along and chat with people and don't get too hung up on referencing things and your ideas being exactly correct. It's a forum to kind of work things out and think about things and chat. With communication as well, I think, we are all human. Stuff happens. And if you are struggling to get something done, if you're going through something that's going to make it impossible for you to get the assignments done on time, then early communication with the coordinators is really important. So let them know and ask for an extension early on and give yourself that time to get the work done properly rather than panicking when the assignment is due and trying to kind of struggle to contact someone and to get an extension. My last tip then is around the research thesis around your master's project. So I think when I did my project, I did it in something that I was really interested in. And I did it in something that, my supervisor could support and something that was really feasible for me to get done in the time frame. So I had mapped out my time and I knew that I could get it over the line. So when you were picking your project, especially in the context of COVID, where we don't necessarily know what's going to happen with kind of face-to-face interactions, really think about and really talk to your supervisor about what is feasible for you to get done. What is something you're interested in that you can talk about. It doesn't need to be a Nobel Prize winning groundbreaking piece of research, but it does need to be something that you can talk about and that you can get done and that you really understand. So, if it's something that involves a lot of face-to-face, look at online alternatives just in case that can happen. Look at kind of literature reviews and things like that, just to give yourself the scope to allow for changes and allow for things to not work out as planned. So they are my top tips. I hope that this was helpful to you and I wish you the best of luck in completing this program.